This plant is Acer palmatum Shaina. It is a Monrovia hybrid and one that I really love for residential applications. Obviously you can see here this is mid-August, and one of the reasons I like it is it has this intense red foliage, but also has a finer texture and a more refined habit. It's nice and tight, and it doesn't outgrow the space. You can see this pool wall here. This is my backyard. I needed something very special for this spot, and one of the reasons I chose this tree is it won't outgrow the space. Monrovia lists that this gets 8 to 10 feet. That plant you're looking at is about 4 years old, and I put it in as a 24-inch box, and it was probably about a foot shorter and a foot narrower. It in 4 years has not grown that much, but that's what I want. Now granted, there's some competition for water with these mature trees you see behind here, but this is a more compact variety of red Japanese maple, and I'll show you the leaves in a moment. So when you're looking for foliage color in a residential application especially, it's not to say you can't use it in larger applications, this is a really nice one for tight spaces, because even if you need, well, let me back up. One of the most common things I find with Japanese maples is that people put them in not understanding that they're going to get large. If you look over here, that's an Emperor 1 Japanese maple, and it was planted at the same time, and it is, I don't know, it's 12 feet tall by 10 feet wide. When you compare that to this guy, which I've never pruned in 4 years, you can see what I mean, is that when selecting our trees, we want to make sure we don't think they're just cute and they're never going to grow up like a puppy. These do grow up, and Shaina is just great because it doesn't run away from you. It's very easy to control, and if you pick the right spot for it, it's going to be little or no work. And it's quite a show. Again, that red foliage is just lovely, and that's why I think these trees are so popular. The red Japanese maples is they give you that nice contrast, and you get 8 months of interest out of them. So Acer palmatum Shaina, very nice small tree, great for tighter areas like you see here, and we'll take a look at the foliage here now. So here's a close-up of the foliage. Now you see kind of green as well as red in there, and how tight these leaves are. Now you'll also see some drier leaves. That's a combination of two things. I don't really see any burn on these leaves. Most of what you're seeing are leftovers from last year, and they just never fully released from the plant. I have to say I don't love that about that. I don't like deciduous trees that hold on to their leaves. The plant looks dead all winter, so that's not exactly a good look. But I can handle that given how attractive this is the rest of the year. The other thing is that I'm in a hot inland valley, and a lot of people think that Japanese maples need to be in part shade. That's not true. We get into the hundreds here. We're regularly in the 90s, and my maples have never had an issue with that. That's more to do with not giving your plants enough water. If you give these plants enough water, even if they're in full sun and extreme heat, I've never had any burning on this one or my Emperor 1. So just understand that about them. And one of the things to think about too, I'll just cover this quickly, is that you want to cover the entire root mass with your water. One of the problems people get into is they think that if they put a drip emitter at the base of a tree, that they're good to go for forever. And as those trees, the roots spread out, and you've got a canopy here that's about 6 feet wide, then the root zone is at least 6 feet wide, and your watering zone needs to be that way as well. So that's one of the tips I'll give you on making sure that you keep these guys happy, is make sure the water follows the roots and gives them what they need, and you won't have that burning issue that a lot of people complain about with Japanese maples. So Acer palmatum Shaina, beautiful foliage plant. Look at those leaves. I highly recommend this tree for residential use.